I step into the night, now never made sense to me. Why some crave the limelight, it makes me wonder how I'm supposed to be. Could it be wrong to kick back and just right? Now let the truth be told, when in my zone, learn from the fighters' techniques. Now let the truth be sold to you, eyes on the goal, but you're moving too quick, don't speak, just listen. No doubt gonna lay my claim, you put in work and just wait, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Now I stick to my goal always. Damn right, gotta lay my claim, watch the whole world change, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Gotta stick to my goal always. It's the truth, I step into the night, now never made sense to me. Why some choose the limelight, imagine if they put the time to seek, to find a talent and then watch it take flight. Well, let the truth be told, go to your zone, learn from the finest techniques. Well, let the truth be sold to you, come to your own, but you're moving too quick, don't speak, just listen. No doubt gonna lay my claim, you put in work and just wait, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Now I stick to my goal always. Damn right, gotta lay my claim, watch the whole world change, and let it all unfold, straight from the soul. Gotta stick to my goal always. Come on, vibe with us. Little something at a spot tonight. Come on, get hype with us. Ain't no need to fight. Get up, wake up, get down to this sound. We gonna light the night. Tell me who is high in life. Everywhere I seek, things speak to me. Things speak to me, please sing to me. Set up, break down till I'm weak. Each week we reach a new peak, and I wonder when it all must stop. Cause until then I'll give it all I got in harmony. Get back up, you're my remedy. Time to do it again. Everybody at a spot tonight. Come on, vibe with us. Little something at a spot tonight. Come on, get hype with us. Ain't no need to fight. Get up, wake up, get down to this sound. We gonna light the night. Tell me who is high in life. Just got an ounce from Oregon and it's fire, wanna inhale, exhale. Yeah, California, Washington keeps it blazing. Inhale, exhale. Just got some chronic at my spot and I'm ready, wanna inhale, exhale. Yeah, Colorado, well stocks keeps me medicated. Inhale, exhale. I'll be the first one to say, yeah, light it up, I'll be the first one to fade. And spark it up, we're elevated. Nah, I can't complain. It keeps me humble, makes me appreciate. Sweet Mary Jane, you pick me up, you make me feel no pain. And when in doubt, inspire me to get out. Sing with my heart, I'll take a draw to calm down. Don't have to tell you, we don't have to give a reason. We elevate at any time or any season. It keeps me going, never feel like I'm defeated. Gives me that feeling I can always count on. I'll take the best of what's around, it don't matter, wanna inhale, exhale. Yes, outside, keep it up, keep it blazing. Inhale, exhale. Just got some endo at my spot and it's fire.
I make my way. The fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot. Teach your life together.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.
Ready?
You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear?
You think I'm a bitch?
Better when you get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down.
Can we try something right now?
Let's hear it.
It's gonna be really annoying, right? But can you run the F&T intro again and then open us up with the Watson joint? Let's see how that. We haven't never done that, huh?
All right, this one's just for Bogey. Here we go.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame. It's no surprise I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
In the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot. Teach your life together.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.
Hello, ladies.
That's how you start a show.
What up, Antonio? What up, Jamie?
What it do?
What up, Martin? What up, Derek? What up, Bakes?
Sounds so much cooler when you're shouting everyone out with the Watson in the background.
What up, Crispin?
What's that, Pops?
Straight savages. And Dennis said, yes, sir. I like that opening.
Pretty good, right? We had to test drive it.
All right. We got two shows that we got to talk about first. We got to talk about Hard Knocks. The Jets, officially the team on Hard Knocks. And another thing that's been buzzing around is this quarterback docu-series. You seen or heard about that on Netflix?
Yeah, is it just Mahomes or is it multiple? Oh, yeah. They got Kirk Cousins in it.
And Marcus Mariota. Those are the main three guys. But it dropped today, apparently. And I want to go check this out. But here goes the trailer for it.
Upstairs now and read, okay? Why does the NFL have so many rules against hitting quarterbacks? The quarterback throwing a pass is wide open for dangerous hits. An injury to the quarterback can sink a team's entire season.
Save me! I'm going to take you out here.
No, hell no. I'm good.
This is about as close as they'll ever get to seeing what it's like to be a quarterback in this league.
Yeah, Marty said Kirk is cool.
I dedicate my life to football. All day, all day.
I love to compete. I love the relationships that come with that. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
He score? He's down? Oh, I would have gotten up. Everybody sees the game days. They don't see the day-to-day grind.
Every season's a roller coaster.
Hey, you get one opportunity a week.
Marcus will keep it and score.
It's really nice to get him away from football and spend time with our family.
Oh my gosh, he made it the first try.
How many did y'all make?
I can do that one.
Just kind of a basic guy.
We call it dad style.
If ever I do go out of my shell, it seems to become a thing.
Let's go. This was the turducken. You get one game plan one game, then a completely different game plan the next. That's a good ass hit, though. Great play, dog.
I know what I signed up for.
Just gotta be able to talk to
Why is she in it?
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
My instinct has always been I'm gonna be the guy to make the play, and I think that kind of gets me in trouble.
I mean, instinct always wrong.
Mahomes is in trouble, scrambling to his right.
I said, wait.
Gets off the hip, and now fires it late. Caught!
I'm like that.
This is gonna be a cool series to check out because all these ones, I mean, HBO.
I can't wait to learn more about Mariota.
HBO is just different than Netflix and the filming styles and all that kind of shit. Like for anyone who's into the WWE documentaries, it was super cool when we got Andre the Giant like HBO like special because it was a totally different just style of filming, style of storytelling. And so, yeah.
I've been clamoring for any series to tell me more about Mariota.
The only one who spoke out on this was Andy Reid, saying that one of his conditions was he didn't want any of his own meetings recorded for the series.
I mean, because we all know they were so trying to keep in the secret sauce recipe, bruh. The ketchup on the steak. They were trying not to let it out. The cat is out the bag.
It's funny. Crispy says, what the fuck, get some footage of Bradshaw, Staubach, etc. I mean, it's different when you know that you're like recording stuff, you know, like they were recording all last year, you know, to put this out. Who knows how many camcorders were around during those eras?
In this, spoiler alert, in the season finale of this series, they tell Mariota, Ritter is the guy moving forward.
That's long before the season finale. He's taking that's the spoilers that Ritter's going to take over for him in the quarterback series halfway through this docu-series.
Cool. My girl's a killer, bro. There's a
Hey,
fly.
Real Joe Prime in the house. What up?
What up?
Yeah, see, Antonio said I want to see one to Joe Montana.
I mean, you know what's crazy is like we're getting close. You never fuck with that Black Mirror, huh? So look at this. If you watch just the first episode of the new Black Mirror series, right? So it's a popular television show. First of all, there's an office, right? And everyone that works there is abroad. She's cheating on her man with some guy at the office. And there's a series that everybody watches. It's a popular like streaming series, right? And it's AI generated, and it stars an AI generated what's the Hispanic broad from Dusk Till Dawn? Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
Right. And so the series is all about everything that's happening to this broad, like almost in real time.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's a series, and it's Selma Hayek's character plays this broad, and she's hella, you know, cheating on her man. And then like the man's watching the series now, like, and everyone at the office is talking because there's characters based on them. It's all in the series. And it's like, and then so the bitch is going crazy. So she starts doing crazy shit because she's trying to reach out to Selma Hayek's people. Like, I don't like this show. So she's like, all right. So she starts like taking all these laxatives and drinking hella liquor, goes into like a wedding, just shits everywhere. Then it comes up on the show, and now Selma Hayek's pissed. She's like, "Fuck that! I don't like what you guys are doing to my character." You know what I mean? But it's AI generated. I'm just saying. My point is, this series is all based on like futuristic, like Twilight Zone type shit. But I mean, we're not far from artificially generated, like movies, everything you could think of. You could take the Joe Montana story and then fucking, you don't even need to cast nobody. You could just get young Joe, get the vocals from all different kind of fucking interviews and be able to generate his voice. And then you just write the story and then boom. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of fucking dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Marty's with you on the Black Mirror love, though.
That shit, Black Mirror goes crazy because it's like modern day Twilight Zone.
Real Deal Prime said truth. It's crazy out.
I mean, look at. I'll have y'all know right before your very eyes. I'm artificially intelligence generated.
It's crazy with a lot of these companies that are generating AI. I heard they only need like 5 seconds of audio to fully AI your voice.
So my man Prime, his day job, he's a coder. So he's worked on like several apps, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, he was early on in that chat GPT shit, like just like telling y'all this is gonna be crazy. He's been like writing lyrics or writing like concepts for verses, and so he did a Drake featuring Tupac song. He did you know what I mean? Like he's making the beats for them. It's hella crazy.
Yeah,
it sucks. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's whack, but it's tight. It's like, damn, that's crazy.
Antonio, you better be getting tickets for Jets training camp. He said it's free. Why not? Hell yeah.
I used to go to Niner training camp all the time. Last time I went, took my boy.
I'll see if it's possible to go to the Raiders camp. We'll go check that out.
I don't want to waste your time.
It would just be cool to
get. Might get a kid catch a glimpse of Jimmy.
Yeah, oh man.
There you go.
What kind of chicks he's got around there?
Right? Bro, you know how many chicks are gonna be at that fucking how many chicks with eye patches?
Yeah.
Jimmy's a freak. He's like, what's under that eye patch?
And Marty said free tickets. Well, it's a training camp. Like a lot of
Jimmy goes, you got a prosthetic eyeball behind that patch?
A lot of times the training camp is really just building the hype for some fans for the season. You know, there's only like certain times that
and like because training camp, they're only running like the most rudimentary installments. Like for example, like when you got a new guy to the team.
The training camp used to be free for the Vikings. Now they charge. Got Justin Jefferson, man. You guys got bills to pay.
I mean, Kirk Cousins the one that he's like, hold on, guys. He's like, we could get paid to do anything and everything we do. And everyone's like, oh, hell, King Cash Cousins.
Yeah.
That fool makes the dollar, bro. Everything he does.
And Jamie said you guys could start AIing your podcast. You know what's crazy as I heard
who says we're not? Right now, I am actually on the shitter watching this show.
The way that people are doing things like AI with the podcast is turning it into like different languages and shit. Again,
okay. All right. There it is. I need to reach out to my fan base in Brazil. We need more Portuguese, Bogey. You know what I mean?
Another trade went down in the 7.
What?
So this last one, Big Tons, man. He's getting a little crazy. So here was the last one. Him and Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac receives Mixon, Hamilton, George Kittle, Myles Garrett. Big Tons receives Lucas Von Ness, Rashawn Gary, Tim Patrick, J.K. Dobbins, and Jameson Williams.
What is going? See, this is that Bernie. Like I
I don't
I
know.
was trying to get Olave with. I was trying to get Garrett Wilson with Olave in the mix.
I don't know what Big Tons, what he was thinking on this one. This one just, I don't know.
What in the fuck?
Doesn't really make too much sense to me. I know he really wanted Jameson Williams, but I don't know. I don't know the rest. And then here's the other one, the one that's just happened between Big Tons and Bakes. So Bakes receives Brian Branch, Derrick Henry, a 2024 sixth. And he said, and Big Tons got James Conner, Geno, Drew Lock, and Joey Bosa.
Okay, Big Tons came up on that one just because of the QB. Like just in my opinion.
I don't know if this was Bakes' third.
That's his third QB. He has three. He had four. He had four. So now he has three.
Yeah.
Damn, man. My better. I hate it when I see my offers were better for Henry and my offer was better for Garrett Wilson, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a trash at like Bernie Mac. And look, nobody's gonna complain about Bernie Mac shit. He just rapes every trade. Any other trade goes down, he got these other motherfuckers is tripping and shit.
I didn't understand that one for Big Tons. That seems like it's a little bit of a step backwards. Even though
a little bit.
I don't know why he loves Jameson Williams so much, but to give up two starters, I guess J.K. Dobbins is going to be a starter for you, but I don't know.
That was whack.
I don't know. Tim Patrick's like super nothing. Rashawn Gary, Lucas Von Ness, could be something, but
it's also the fact that Bernie Mac is like he's a juggernaut in this league. So it's like, and the last two trades he made today, the trades he made today only made him stronger. It didn't weaken him at all.
Yeah.
He came up on Devin White for Evan Ingram, and then he just came up on Garrett Wilson plus.
Well, and I think we're gonna see what Big Tons thinks about his whole team, because I don't know, there is such a thing as going backwards with your trades. I feel like that trade with.
I know I've done it. I've done it before. So, it happens, but damn.
I think it's not just trading just to trade, because I know he really believed that he made his team.
Garrett Wilson?
Huh?
Garrett Wilson, though. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? He still has Garrett Wilson.
Okay, when you said Big Tons gave away Garrett Wilson, did I hear that wrong?
Myles Garrett.
Oh shit! No, that's straight. I thought, man, my bad. I heard Garrett Wilson. I was just distraught. I heard Garrett. I was like, what? All right.
No, it's pretty much. To me, this trade is pretty much Jameson Williams and J.K. Dobbins for Mixon, Kittle, and Garrett, and then the others are kind of just
Bernie Mac still comes up though, because Mixon and Kittle. That's great. I think Bernie Mac has Chase Brown over there.
It's a win now, guys. He's going for it now.
I try to get him.
Big Tons needs to figure out what he's trying to do. Is he trying to go for it now?
I think. See, here's the thing: is I just keep catching Big Tons at the wrong time, I guess, because he's been not wanting to make trades, but and then the trades I see him, man, what are you doing, bro?
And Antonio said, Bernie Mac has sent me some pretty bad trades. Yeah, I don't really do the dance with Bernie Mac because
he doesn't even send me them.
Yeah.
And when I send him something, he rejects it, and he's respectful. He literally says, "I respectfully decline, bro," or "Nice offer, but it's not for me," or you know what I mean. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But and I'm not saying then there was another manager before. If you remember this, he was ranting about a certain manager is telling people that he'll pay for a trade, right? And then that was the racist guy. I can't remember his name, or I'd say it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was ranting about all kind of shit. Remember?
Yeah,
shit like that should be vetoed. He's like, there's people in here that are paying people to do trades, and this and that. I remember saying, shut the fuck up. Because I'm immediately thinking he's talking to me though. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's because then that would make sense. Like, oh, okay. But that last one without the Myles Garrett, now that I know the correct trade, that's straight. Bernie Mac still wins that though, hands down to me. I think Big Tunsy's getting blinded by I just want to get hella young. You know what I mean? Like, give me Jameson Williams. You know what I mean? He's young. Like, I think that's his mindset right now.
What up, Kevin? And he said, what up? He said, y'all see my most recent best ball start? Hurts, Richardson, Brees, AJ Brown, Devontae, Devo. Pretty stoked with it. There you go. Keep at it.
I mean, you better. I mean, your QB situation still looks a little shaky with Richardson right there. I mean, I'm not banking on him being a week 1 starter, so I'm trying to find. It's best ball, so just find something else down the road. Make sure you're secure there.
And Jamie said you guys signed up for the IDP guys tournament. Nah, those guys are whack as fuck.
They're whack as fuck. Are you signed up for it? You'll probably dominate. You should listen to us, and we'll make sure you win that sorry ass league.
Yeah, those guys don't like me because they asked if I could like be a part of their team, but like pretty much run their whole YouTube channel and not do as much content on my YouTube channel to like be a part of theirs. And so I declined. And then ever since then, like those guys just acted like super whack. So yeah, I don't really fuck with them. And they don't watch football.
Yeah.
The scoring system is whack as fuck for their IDP.
The IDP guys are not on my list.
Yeah, those guys are pretty whack.
You hear me, IDP guys?
And Kevin today, Richardson upside, though, is what I'm banking on. When he does start, I think 2021 Hurts. That was not a great NFL QB, but it was elite in fantasy football. Yeah.
Spoken like a true Protestant. Everybody hurts.
Yeah, Jamie said, I just heard about it yesterday. I don't know anyone from the IDP guys. Yeah, it's because none of them are really like that good at like delivering content. And I know you kind of just got into IDP like in general. This year was like the big push because you started hanging out with us.
I mean, that's why when you read their comments, people thought it was all about urination because they thought they were the IDP guys.
So yeah, they were like the only IDP like podcast that was out there in like 2017 or 18, like some shit like that.
It was like they might have even been. They were around before that though. I think because I remember seeing. I remember correctly, they were like on the FNTSY radio.
That was just when I found them, but it's crazy because I found out very early on, like just based on the information that they give, that the IDP leagues that I played in were very different than theirs based on scoring. And most of the time it just sounded like they didn't watch football. They just read stats.
Tell them they suck and tell them I said it. If they got a problem, tell those IDP guys I'm right here. All right?
Yeah, those guys.
It's right here, all right?
They're kind of lame.
Yeah.
And if they didn't act like bitches after I like declined, like, running their whole YouTube channel, because they were kind of jealous that like I had the YouTube thing going. They'd been doing shit for like years and years, but they couldn't figure out how to like, I don't know, do anything successful on YouTube.
I mean,
yeah, so those guys kind of do their own thing. I'll let them do that over there. We'll be over here doing our own thing. Jamie said, "Catch me outside."
Stand up and pee.
Jamie said, "Catch me outside."
Do you think they sit down and pee?
I think they sit down. They seem a little feminine.
I don't want to listen. I don't want to offend them. Then I don't want to be insensitive to them. I don't.
You know what's so funny, Jamie?
I don't want to sit down pee shame them. You know what I mean?
You ready for?
They are the IDP. The IDP guys.
You ready for this?
What?
We might need you to make some calls.
Okay.
Because Jamie said he's ready to box someone at the Fantasy Football Expo, and he said he wants to live stream it.
Okay. What's the teller to take, Jamie? What is the I don't know, 220?
What's your stat?
5'11"? I don't know. I'm just taking a guess here.
Jamie said he's been fighting since he was like 5 or 6. He said he's ready to.
Well, haven't we all been fighting, man?
He said he's ready
you're talking about like fighting. Like, okay, like I thought you meant like metaphorically.
No. Jamie said, I'm not really ready for that because you don't want to fuck Robbie up too much.
Okay, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But that lasted long. That lasted a while, huh? Because remember when he was like part of the run. Weren't you like part of the Run Boys?
I don't know if he was part or if he just rocked with them. You know what the.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for us, huh? Yeah, we was part of it.
Because when he first came over, he was like, "Man, y'all should really like rock with the Run Boys."
I think I was drinking a beer. Start laughing.
But
I appreciate dude though. I just what I mean. When I'm a grown man, you're really dealing with little kid stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see if what's his name, Jay MacTown, is going to make it out to Vegas. And then we're going to have a 420 crew boxing match between Jay MacTown and Big Tons. That shit would be funny.
We're going to fucking war. My team is ready. I should have left Tyreek Hill on the bench, so my projection was low.
Ain't catching nobody by surprise anymore, if that's what you thought.
Nah, I didn't even think that at all. It's all in my head, like they're after me. You got to think that. You know what I mean? They're all nipping at my tails.
What up, Tino? He said we got a guy that's a California champ at 165. Said he wants to beat up Bogey all the time.
He's not 165. He's he fights at like 130, I think, or 125, something like that. He's a little dude. Yeah. And that's the guy I always told you about. I always bumped heads with him in the league, but we cool. You know what I'm saying? He be trying to throw some low ball shots and shit because he think he know me and shit. And like one of his big homies is my man's Franco, the one I always reference. You know what I mean? That's like one of my best friends in the world. You know what I mean? Godfather to my son. You know what I mean? So I know a thing or two about our man Adam. You know what I mean? So when he started to throw some low balls, I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? But but it's crazy because I like the low blows I was throwing was probably could be reality, like because he's a loose cannon because he's been boxing all his life.
Yeah,
so I'm like, that you punch drunk motherfucker, relax. Like, cause he takes it there, everything. It's hella funny too. And then like last year was probably the first year we didn't get, you know what I mean? And me and him, we always do business in fantasy, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean? I do got one player around, another hit me up with a trade offer. And he's like, hey man, and I'm like, yeah, man, it's cool, man. I'm like, my bad too, you know what I mean? We're talking shit, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it'll never go anywhere there. But, or at least for me, because I know it's just like he's funny, you know what I mean? But he will try to take it there. Like I remember one time he was hunting down Steamboat. I told the story one time. Steamboat made a trade with him, and then everybody got on him in the league about making that trade. Steamboat got you and woo woo. And then he's mad as fuck. And he's trying to fire Steamboat, bro. And he even pulled up at his crib, bro.
Damn.
But it was his old crib. That's the funny part.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, and I don't think he even believe, at least in my version, right? He knocks on the door and then he don't live there. So he's like, no, man, you lying. Where's he at? Then he even called his brother, yo, where's his new house at? I'm gonna pick you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, even one time he was like, I'm gonna kill Bogey. Where's he at? Where's he? He's trying to go to my boy's house like 6 a.m. He's like, I was up all night. I was waiting till it was early enough. He's like, motherfucker, it's 6. He's like, when it was 6:01, it still wasn't early. That's too early.
Damn. We still got a handful of teams that we got to fill up for tonight's box break. I got them on the screen right now. Got them on the screen. Let me know what team or what teams you want to lock in. We're doing a 2022 Donruss Elite Blaster Box, a 2022 Donruss Blaster Box, and a 2022 Panini Chronicles Draft Pick Blaster.
Right, how about this? A $5 super chat will get for every $5 super chat right now. Get you an entry. We'll do a drawing at the end of this. We'll give some of these teams away, or we'll give our team away. How many we got left? 4?
No, there's a handful. There's like maybe
I thought you
maybe like half the teams are available still.
We're giving away one team.
Let's see. What other news we got?
Myles Garrett. I was gonna segue to the Garrett news when you were talking about
Go
the
ahead.
Garrett.
What's the Garrett news?
I've something about he's nearing some all-time record. I think it's for the Browns. He's getting close to it. A couple sacks away.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool news. He's a bounce back candidate this year as far as fantasy for me. Yeah. I mean, he's always like a strong, start in your DL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because DL suck.
And Dennis asked Kevin if he's in the 32 team league. Yeah, I mean, Kevin, I don't know. I know we eased him into the IDP with the best ball. I don't know how much IDP he does.
Man, just jump all the way out the window. You know what I mean?
Let's see. So Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs, the July 17th. That's the deadline that we're all looking for as far as like the franchise tags needing to be signed and long-term deals and all that.
That's like next Monday?
Let me see what day that actually
Saturday.
is. Yeah, 5 days from now. So yeah, next Monday.
Monday.
So after the weekend on either on the Wake and Bake or FNT, we'll have some news for you about that. All right. Kevin said lock him in on the Steelers. Let's go. All right.
Lock him in.
We'll find out what's going on with that. Oh, Crispy, a little bit too slow on the Steelers. Kevin locked it in, but I'll lock you in on the Lions, Crispy. All right.
Oh, I'm ready to go to war, bro. Oh, these motherfuckers is running fucking me. Oh.
Alex Highsmith, speaking of the Steelers, he says that he's confident that they're going to get a long-term deal done ahead of his contract year.
You know what that means, right? He's like, listen, y'all, I already outplayed it. Give it to me now. Let me secure it before I get hurt or something. And then I lose some leverage here. You know what I mean? Because like he was around this was his that was his second or third year last year. I want to say it was his third. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he got all opportunities last year when TJ went down, and they kept him in the rotation, and then they kept him on as a full-time guy even when TJ Watt came back. So
yeah, it's his fourth year.
See, so you know what I mean? He's like, "Hey, give me the money now."
He kind of regressed a little bit from 2021 to 2022.
Got more playing time now,
numbers wise. Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
you get more playing time. Well, I guess he had way more sacks. So it's really just like his tackles and everything kind of came down. But it did have him rushing the.
I mean, the more time on the field, the higher the probability of the sack total, right?
Yeah, it's really just what kind of money is he going to want, because he's a rotational guy. He's not a star over there, but he's.
But that's the thing though, is they've been stroking him off, and the right people have. It was Tomlin early in the offseason. They asked about what are you looking? This is what's crazy. They asked him, say, what are you looking forward to? On defense this year, he said, "I love the kid, Highsman."
Yeah, but still,
but he was just like his growth, like like his maturity, and he's like just watching him play. He's really earned his keep.
It does depend on how much he wants, because outside of TJ, I don't think anyone's just getting bags that they want from the
Okay, segue. Speaking of bags that he wanted, apparently JJ was going to go to the Steelers, but didn't go because TJ was trying to get his bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like TJ gets his bag, and of course JJ could have still then went there, but then he's JJ. He has to get JJ type money, so he went and got it in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Kevin said Highsmith's the starting outside linebacker on that side of the field. Well, yeah, now we're just talking about the culmination.
Yeah. When TJ Edwards, why do I keep saying that? TJ Watt. I might have said it like 4 times.
No one's overtaking him this year, but it's the final deal on his contract. And you as a Steelers fan, you should just know it's a team-friendly deal for most of these guys, or they just let him go.
Yeah. I mean, and Highsmith is a homegrown guy, and to retain him for cheaper, because what if he balls out on a contract year like
14 and a half sacks last year. I mean, the tackles weren't really there. Still a lot of sacks, though.
I mean, shit, bro. Getting at the QB is we're looking at it from the fantasy perspective, right? But like in the league, man, if you're like true edge rushers, right? They're not on the field as much as outside linebackers are. You know what I mean? Right? Because they're only there in certain packages.
TJ's healthy the whole year. He might not get 14 though. Like he
No.
needs to like not regress.
Oh, I mean,
He needs to
also,
stay around that.
I mean, man, I think double digits is in the cards for Highsmith again if TJ is healthy all year, because it's just a distract. It's also the fact that you're gonna have to, you know, move protection over and give help on one side wherever TJ is at on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's just, you know, he's I'm not an every down starter, but I mean he's a starter now. He's at the top of the rotation as far as the linebackers go now.
And then I like the middle over there now. It's gonna be, they got my man Larry Obenjobi, you know what I'm saying, and Cam. I mean, what's his name, and Hayward over there, right? So it's like, you know what I mean, it's gonna force things to the outside. I think.
Well, the main thing that Highsmith has got going for him is the Steelers really haven't drafted many linebackers like they did. I mean, in previous like years, like
they haven't really been doing that since Devin Bush.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like ever since that.
They're like, never again.
You know who I didn't even realize was over there? You know that your boy Aladdin's over there?
Oh, yeah. Landon Rob, that's who else they brought in. And Trey Crowder, who's depth. And then they got rid of, you know, but that's
the whole team on defense is free agents right now. That's what's kind of wild.
It's kind of crazy. You're gonna have to pay somebody because they're all gonna be free agents again, most of them next year. So
because you got Cole Holcomb, Landon Roberts, Peterson. And I mean, really just those main three. I mean, that's a lot though.
and Larry Obenjobi, he's not a big name, but that was a big signing that they re-signed him again, because they brought him in like mid-season last year, and then they re-signed him again. But like, you know what I mean, like and then, you know, that's just to dress up you know, your TJ Watt and your Hayward and your fucking Highsmith now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that'll make up that front seven. It's not bad. And you got Minka and Patrick Peterson. I don't know who the other. Oh, then they drafted a young kid.
Yeah, he'll be starting.
Yeah, he'll be starting for sure. And then all of a sudden they're kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty on paper.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
I think this is actually one of the worst like defensive units that they've had in a while. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying
personnel wise,
Steelers standard.
It's literally dressing up Minka in the back, like in the back field over there. You're just dressing up Minka with, you know, a veteran Patrick Peterson, and then this rookie now who's got to be phenomenal, Joey Porter Jr. Then you got, you know, like you said, all the middle line, the inside linebackers are all free agents that came over.
And Kevin, I mean, well, you're a Steelers fan, so of course you're gonna think the Steelers are gonna do better than anyone else will. But they're always like a 9 or 10 win team, like at like fucking minimum. So
I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I know that, but Michael, I call him Michael like I'm his mother or something. Mike Tomlinson, he ain't never had a losing record ever.
No,
he's never been sub 500.
How long has he been there? 15 years now, some shit like that.
Shit, so I just don't see that happening. You know what I mean? I mean,
already said what happened to Miles Jack. They cut him.
Yeah, they cut him. Him and Joe Schilbert. They're, you know, and these guys used to ball at their prior teams. You know what I mean? Or like at least flash a ton. I mean, they both came from the Jags too, which is funny.
And Tino said Tomlin does make magic happen out of nothing. Yeah, I mean, they just run good defensive schemes. I mean, he's like a player's coach, and I don't know, like there's, I mean, the most drama that you hear about over there was Juju, you know, and
AB. Prior to that, Lev Bell, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what's crazy is because he also kind of gives them freedom. He, you know, he's on record for saying this when he was on McAfee, he was like, you know, I appreciate coaching these days. He's like, I understand the kids because I have kids their age now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what he was saying. He was like, I have kids their age now, and I know how difficult it is, and then I know how, like, he was like, how other influences in his kids' lives, they'll listen to them more than they would listen to him. And as he finds that way, it's like he's that guy for those kids, you know what I mean? And teaching them, hey, listen, but you know, you're also getting this money. Don't fuck this money up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's actually someone that has them looking at these kids as men and not just like X's and O's and Joes and whatever the fuck the saying is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And seeing what's crazy is Kevin, he says, Miles Jack, we never brought him back. Brought Cole Holcomb and Landon Roberts.
But you said that. Oh, and we might have read this late. Yeah.
The sectors are actually solid. Miles Jack was solid last year. Like, I mean, he was actually one of the better free agents that they brought over, even for fantasy, for like towards the end. I mean, there was a bunch of games where he was just fantasy vibes. We'll see. Cole Holcomb, I mean, he could be really good.
I like Cole Holcomb too.
Just like, how is he going to come back from the injury? You know, like nothing's wrong with him.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just Coach T, bro. He's just, you know what I mean, and it's a historic thing that actually still stands the test of time. They're just always good on defense.
Yeah,
even though in fantasy, and you know, a lot of the metrics of them giving up points and shit like that, like last year or even like the year before that, it's like, you know, it's been like some of the worst for that franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still having winning records. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's what's crazy is a little bit more is going to be on their offense this year as far as like getting them to 9 or 10 wins. That's why I'm really
it's that division too.
The Pickett, man, I'm going to be all over Pickett this year in redraft. I feel like I'm going to have him a lot as might even be a third QB in.
I don't know, man. Tell me how that goes.
I will, trust me. Their defense isn't going to be holding teams down like they used to in the past. They're going to give up. Probably going to be averaging at least a touchdown.
I think Patrick P. Yeah, I think he was doing this thing. Yeah, last year, like to end.
Old though.
Yeah, and he wasn't, you know, I mean, but you know, for Minnesota, he was back as the one though. You know what I mean? Like because
he's the one here. He's the one here right now.
Yeah, for sure. Initially, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think they only got him on a 1-year deal, so I'm sure he'll be the number one the whole year. And then, you know, I'm sure then Joey Porter Jr. next year as a sophomore, I'm sure he'll go right into that spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, and Tino said he agreed when I said that this is just one of the weaker defenses that the Steelers have had in some years, and totally is.
Yeah. What a deal.
And Dennis said, I'm just going to say Patrick Queen just for the drop.
She's a killer queen.
Yeah, I mean, no way that Queen actually gets like traded to like the Steelers, but yeah, that'd be wild if he ends up getting traded to the Commandos somehow. Yeah, there's a lot of things that could happen here. And how about this, Devo? We do got one thing on the Seahawks. Seahawks have been named as a potential landing spot for Malik Willis if he gets cut by the Tennessee Titans. And Crispy said you were shitting on Pickett last year. Well, yeah, last year was different. If you're not even good enough to surpass Mitch Trubisky for game one, like, why would I be messing with you for redraft leagues? Like, no reason to. This year, horse of a different color.
Fucking fly.
And Kevin said TJ Highsmith, Cam, Minka, Peasy, Pat Pete, Ogunjobi, Keanu Benton, who I wanted us to draft, but Benton or who's that? Siaki something. Devo said, yeah, fuck that. He's way more like Geno than Drew Lock is. That's for sure.
Damn it, I fucking dropped the lid thing and rolled down over the fucking way. Son of a bitch.
And Peacock said, who's better right now, Willis or Levis? Well, here was the conflicting information that we got. Malik Willis is looking better than Levis is during OTAs. And then the next statement was, Malik Willis might not make the 53-man roster. So I don't know what to believe.
I'm so confused.
A lot of conflicting information that we're getting out of Tennessee right now. Antonio said, I saw the fly. And then he said, I thought it was on my phone and I tried to smack it.
Antonio, the fly's been haunting me. Because I keep killing his friends.
And, okay. How about the Colts? And we were talking about Anthony Richardson earlier. So Jim Irsay is advocating for the early usage of Anthony Richardson, saying that to play better, he has to get in there earlier to succeed.
Man, shut the fuck up. He's just trying to sell tickets. He's like Jerry Jones, but richer, or maybe just as rich and on drugs.
And we do know that Jim Irsay, he's known to be playing with the booger sugar, so I mean he'll say anything.
Like, hey, man. He's like, you know, the lines on the field say it all, man. White, man. Hit the music. White lines through my mind. Let's get on the jet, Pat.
Okay, so I don't know why this is coming out today, but Bills said that they didn't want to pay DeAndre Hopkins anywhere in the neighborhood of the money that he was asking. That's why they got out of the running for him early. Now, we did hear earlier that Chris Jones, I believe he restructured his contract today or over the weekend or something. And that might be one of the moves to potentially bring in a deal over there. We have no idea, but, you know, when there's smoke, there's fire. This was not Jim Irsay who said this. It was one of the coaches, but they said that Shaq Leonard is coming back in elite form in 2023.
We'll see about that.
He's been bad for the last 2 years or a year and a half or whatever. He's no matter how good he does, he's not messing with the Zaire Franklin's, just anything.
Well, it's a scheme change. He got hurt at the wrong time. When he's a Eberflus guy. Matt Eberflus, that was the regime that drafted him, and that was where the wheel linebacker was dummy killing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they switched it over to Gus Bradley, and that's Gus Bradley. He's the architect of the single high safety. What is it called? The single high safety where and the middle linebacker is like he just eats in fantasy. That's Bobby Wagner for years. You know what I mean? Immediately Zaire Franklin came in there and did like Bobby Wagner numbers in that same system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's the guy that was there that drafted Bobby Wagner too. You know what I mean? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he's the arc. Remember that cover 3? That's what it's called. The cover 3. That was like the thumbprint for a while before it morphed into the 2 high safeties or even 3 high safety now. You know what I mean?
This is funny.
Or 3 safeties, I should say.
This is funny. Bake said Irsay be like, "Hey man, I got these cheeseburgers, man."
How about this jet, man?
And Kevin said, not very high on the Colts wide receivers this season. I do like how late Josh Downs is going. It's all about JT and Richardson for the upside. I'm hyped about it a lot. Yeah, see, I mean, with high upside comes high.
It's like a popular cliche take. I mean, honestly, because it is like you could switch that name and put a Trey Lance's name in there and say the same exact take.
With high risk comes high reward, but with high
risk, like Spider-Man.
With the high risk comes the highest, but the farthest.
Okay, Uncle Ben.
Well, if Anthony Richards, I don't know. That's why I just don't. I'd rather bank on something.
Never mind. Great power comes great responsibility. Never mind. Totally different.
Different. But yeah, that's why I don't want to put stock into someone that the range of outcomes could be like trash.
It's just not like it just might not be this year. It just might not be this year. You know what I mean? And if it happens, it might not happen right away this year. Like if he's a week, like it can go one of 2 ways. What if he's like, okay, how about this? Going back to like when you said about Pittman, right? I like Pittman if it's the Ginsu, right? If it's Gardner Minshew, the motherfucking Ginsu, bro, he slices and dices and he hyper targets his main guy. We would want that. And then when we see that, and then eventually they make the switch to Richardson, that will go away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'll probably come in and start targeting fucking a Josh Downs or whoever in the team 2s that he's been rocking with this whole time. You know what I mean?
This is what like that. Well, it's funny. So Kevin just said, but his best boy definitely got to take some shots for sure. But you know what's funny? How come nobody's taking any shots on Baker? I mean, this is an offense that's produced 2 5,000-yard QBs over the last 5 years, 4 years. And I'm not saying that he's going to.
It's because it's like.
And lack of run game. I mean, we were just looking at the highest or the lowest percentage of rushing teams over last.
But it's also like he's just not like a dink and dunk receiver, and then systematically it's different. See, at least it was still Brian Leftwich, who's like he's a product of Bruce Arians. He was still there last year with Brady to continue that dink and dunk type offense, but minus the shots down the field. because of, the offensive line issues they had, whatnot. But Brady, you know what I'm saying? It was Brady is the point, right? Now, and it was Todd Bowles. Now we're going into year 2 with Todd Bowles as the head coach. You know what I'm saying? And like they already came out and said they want to put some emphasis on the run. You know what's funny is that because it's just what they want to do, right? I mean, on paper, I don't think they can. I mean, maybe they get all that offensive line back healthy. If you remember, they had a star center. They had a Pro Bowl center, the whole time with Brady. He retired, then came back when Brady came back.
Yeah.
Is that guy coming back? I haven't looked into anything much Tampa Bay outside of the value we're getting on them in fantasy. And yes, I do think
and here's kind of my point, because we're talking best ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Legit, Baker Mayfield could have more fantasy points by the end of the season than Anthony Richardson does.
Listen, fuck yeah, because you know how many negative game scripts I expect them to be in?
Well, it depends. How many games does Richardson not start? He might not start a couple games. And when are you getting Baker? In the 20th round? When you got to get Richardson? 5th round? So I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's all I'm saying.
Dynasty's different. Dynasty startup's different, but we're in redraft season.
If we're taking shots on guys, it shouldn't just be taking shots at guys at the ceiling. Like, I mean, taking Anthony Richardson as a top 15 QB, that's a crazy shot for him to have.
Here, how about this? See,
and that's where he's getting drafted. That's just wild to me.
Here's one thing that I forever see. What's crazy is like I hate Kevin Hart. I used to like Kevin Hart shit. You know who I never not hated? I always liked him till this day. It's Cat Williams, right? And one thing that stuck with me is making pimp decisions. You know what I mean? Hey, here's a pimp decision. Saying for you. I mean, are you gonna take Anthony Richardson, or are you just gonna wait and take the bargain of a Baker Mayfield? And maybe even, maybe I'll wait. I mean, I won't wait that long. I'll spend up a little bit and get a, like maybe a low-key poor man's version of Anthony Richardson with my man Denzel, my man Desmond Ritter, right? And then maybe I can swing back and get Yeager too. Fuck it. You know what I mean? That's a pimp decision to me.
I'm glad you came in here today, Kevin. He said, have you seen Baker as of late? Say he's struggling to outwork Kyle Trask. Anthony Richardson is struggling to outwork Gardner Minshew, and we've heard nothing good about Anthony Richardson except from Gardner Minshew. Everyone else is saying that his accuracy is not on point.
Hold on, I got to take
point. And Kevin said Anthony Richardson as the QB 20 off the board. Not bad for his upside. Yeah, maybe, but what do you think his upside is? I'm curious what you think his upside is, because Sam Howell's probably going lower than that. I feel like he's got way more upside than Richardson, because Sam Howell can actually throw the ball. Richardson, it remains to be seen if he can actually throw the ball. Desmond Ritter's probably going lower than him. Way better weapons over there than Anthony Richardson. It's just the rookie hype. I mean, that's all it is. Dynasty's one thing. Redraft best ball, Anthony Richardson is not going to win anybody any championships. I can guarantee that. And I think he has the potential to put up 2021 Jalen Hurts season once he starts. Let's see what Jalen Hurts season was in 2021. Well, wait, so you're saying Jalen Hurts' sophomore season is what you're saying that he could do? I mean, yeah, I guess, but I mean, that's asking a lot. Like that I don't know. Like that's way too much. He's not going to throw for 3,000 yards. And how much did he rush? I mean, like maybe if you're going to say like his rushing, like I could get with it that he could run for 700-800 yards, but he's not going to come out and throw for 3,000 yards passing. Fuck no. Hell no. No way that's happening. And Kevin said that's his peak for me. Well, yeah, if you're going to like put out just like random crazy ass numbers, like you can say that, but there's no chance in hell that Anthony Richardson throws for 3,000 yards. No chance in hell. The 700-800 yards rushing, yeah, cool. He could probably get that. He's not throwing for 3,000 yards. And how many touchdowns? And Hurts only threw 16 touchdowns like that year. It wasn't good. It was all the upside because of the rushing. And Hurts played 15.
And didn't he just quote Jonathan Taylor or blah blah blah? He said some bullshit about Jonathan Taylor being like the guy or something. So how do you expect all that to happen all at once? Like, you gotta choose one or the other. I tend to agree with them that they're gonna lean on Jonathan Taylor if it's for Anthony Richardson, because he's a fucking rookie with like zero experience coming out of college. You know what I mean? And when I say zero, I'm exaggerating, obviously. I'm just saying though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people gotta temper their expectations for redraft purposes. You know what I'm saying? And for single QB, yeah, go ahead. I'll let somebody reach up on them and clog their bench up because they're not going to be able to start in week 1 or like miss out on all these QBs and be like, oh, I'm going to run.
Well, he said for best ball. He didn't say for redraft.
Well, I mean, you can make that case. Hey, how about this? Replace that name, Anthony Richardson, put in any name. Best ball.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't.
Anyone who tries to make an argument for a guy, best ball, it's like, yeah, anybody.
Yeah, there's no reason at all that like he would come in and be as good as like as Jalen Hurts' second season. And I do like what Peacock what Dennis said here. Justin Fields' rookie season equals AR-15 season this year. Yeah, like when he playing the entire year. Well, not the entire year. I mean, play like 2/3 of the game. Almost 1,900 yards, 7 TDs, 10 interceptions.
You know what I like about that though? Because for reality, it's like when they come out of being forged in fire, and baptized in fire, rather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes they can't make it out of there. It destroys them. Like, hey, look at Trey Lance, man. You know what I mean? I might be thinking like everything, all the pressure and the injuries and nothing, all the adversity was too much. Maybe the story is still to be told, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and I always just gonna get Trey Lance vibes out of Anthony Richardson because he's like, it's the same thing all the scouts say. So that's why it's kind of funny to me when someone comes in like it's an original thought, bro. I'm telling you, he has the highest upside. Yeah, you and every fucking ESPN, fucking CBS Sports, and fucking talking head, clout chasing Twitter analyst and the motherfucker. You know what I mean? They all say the same shit.
Here's what's crazy,
Kevin. They all said about Lance, and I was one of them.
Well, I got Anthony Richardson in the 5th round compared to the guys Tua, Dak, and Watson getting taken round 2. It's because those guys
want to win now.
They're going to be like top 12 like guys in the
as a floor.
Like Anthony Richardson, yeah, like he's being drafted as QB 20. He might not even be QB 20.
Who the fuck is grabbing Anthony Richardson in the 5th round? And is this a super flex? I'm hoping he's talking super flex because
he's talking about our best ball leagues.
Oh yeah. But still, though, that Anthony Richardson's like, it's not a great pick there in the 5th round. Let other people do it. You know what I mean? I'd rather have Bryce Young than if I was going to do that. Because Bryce Young's the guy they're talking about. He's going to be ready week 1. Even the backup. Even Andy Dalton. Yep.
Anthony Richardson just got drafted at the 4-2 in one of our most recent.
I probably laughed at that guy. I laugh at everyone who drafts those guys hella early, bro. I'm like,
he was drafted before Danny Pesos and Russell Wilson in this draft.
Dynasty, bloody.
And let's see, how about the most recent, the casino?
Shout out to Kid though.
And you're on the clock in the casino.
Which one is that one?
Casino.
What was my last pick? This will jog my memory.
Judy. This is the one where you got Burrow,
okay.
Cup, London, and Judy. Yeah, and in this one, this is the one that he's talking about. He's in the casino draft with us. This is the league that he's talking about where he got him at the 5-5. Picked I mean, for the QBs who are still available, I mean, yeah. I'm liking my QBs a lot better though with the Watson and the Rodgers, you know. But
I thoroughly am enjoying my Burrow tuna fish.
Those I have that stack in a couple, and
I've seen you out in a couple dynasties. I'm in with you too.
Bogey's name is the GMM Network, so he's the Burrow team, the number 2.
Yeah, and I did some conscious things like taking Cup over Waddle and guys like that because I'd like it's best ball, and I think Cup I've seen him finish one overall. I think he has a top 5 in him, and for guys like Waddle that were available at the time, I just don't think he'll ever surpass like a Tyreek Hill. So, I make conscious decisions like that. Plus, it's also because I'm in a good amount of these now. I like diversifying too. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, Kevin. Of course I got him before Anthony Richardson. The casino draft is like, it's crazy with the QBs, and like you were stoked on getting him like out of value, but you look at all the guys.
The QBs weren't really fast in this one.
The guys who went in the middle of the 5th: Richardson, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. And because there's really like the whole top tier of guys. And I'm not going to mention any names, but there's names who I just would have waited. I just wouldn't have even got Anthony Richardson there. I would have just waited. And then there's maybe 2 or 3 other guys that you might be able to get in a round or two who I might be getting as my third, But that's just, I don't know. I'm not any of these rookie QBs for best ball. I'm not about it. Any of these rookie QBs for redraft, I'm not about it. I'm just going to have higher quality QBs than them. They'll be good for dynasty, but we're talking about redraft best ball.
Yeah, and it's been a little while that we haven't seen okay, for example, in the last couple years, if I had an Aaron Rodgers in best ball, I might have drafted Jordan Love like somewhere at the end of my draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's it's one of the, even now, say I have a Kirk Cousins, I might draft a fucking Nick Mullins later on down the road. Just, especially if I don't have a third QB like starting on my roster, and I just got to make sure I'm securing the 2 that I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to the casino one, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about snatching running back here. I got to take a look at who's available. But I'm also not mad. What are we in the 5th round? 6.
6 or 7, something like that.
After the 6. Okay.
And Bake said, check him out in the Matrix. So he's got Burrow, Diggs, and Higgins.
I'm out here, bro.
Jordan Love. That's another one I feel like he's just been going crazy high. Gibbs, Debo, Swift. Not a fan of most of your offense, but I mean the defense though. Zaire Franklin, Quay Walker, Micah Parsons, CJ Mosley, and then Lazard, Boyd, Algier, Singleton. I mean, it's looking solid over here. Definitely looking solid. But yeah, you won't really see me draft any of these rookie QBs in the best ball. I'm just not ready for it.
Who should I draft right here? I should probably set my cues too.
An undisclosed NFL analyst believes that DeAndre Hopkins is waiting on the Chiefs to make his final decision.
I like it, and they're trying to move money around right now.
Oh, Bake said not his name. He said not his team. He said his team name and his picture. Okay, hold on. Let me get over there. Where is it? Ha! In the Matrix division, Bakes is representing Bogart scot-free.
Nice. I mean, shit. Of course, I'm drafting 2 teams. Why you have to blow my cover, bro?
And where is Crispy at over here? So Crispy's he said check him out. So he's got Mahomes, Olave, Nick Chubb, Stevenson, Cooper, Pickett, Keenan Allen, Jordan Brooks, Patrick Queen, Tannehill, Elijah Moore, Frankie Louvu, Dubs, Tranquil, Hicks, Caden Ellis, and Kincaid. Probably not going to be drafting any of these rookie tight ends either. That's just me, though. I mean, this is pretty solid. I mean, you're pretty even across the board as far as your offense goes. I like what you did with the defense.
I keep forgetting that they only put 2 receivers, the mandatory. I mean, that we got it. So it's just going my 3 wide receivers early. I always keep forgetting. I should really grab one of those big dog running backs more often than not. Just at least one. You know what I mean? Because there's I could have took a Saquon, or I could have took a fucking, you know what I mean? There's just some guys there. I could have took Najee in the last. It's when did Najee go? 5 what?
Najee went in the casino.
Yeah.
Let's see. He went. I took him at the 311.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Never mind. I'm tripping, and I'm thinking of the wrong one.
Yeah, there's some where he went a little farther down than others, but this
Yeah,
one,
in places that I've seen me or you get them, it's usually like late 4 or like, you know what I mean, mid 4 or like even sometimes early, mid 5. But I also might be confusing with some of these dynasties we've been doing a lot.
yeah, the RBs kind of went off a little quicker here. I did get Jamar Chase, so then I went Watson, then Najee, then got Aaron Rodgers, then Miles Sanders, and then DJ Moore. And damn, I picked DJ Moore right before like 8 wide receivers got picked in a row.
Good shit. Hobby right back.
It's fucking wild. All right, let's do another dab, and then we're going to get ready to get up out of here. Oh, I forgot. We got 2 more things. J.D. McKissick could be a player that the Cowboys go try to get. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. And Amon-Ra, I just thought this was pretty cool. He still keeps a notebook of the 16 wide receivers that got drafted before him, and he said it's something I'm never going to forget. Hey, 420 in Central. There we go. 420 in Minnesota. Let's get it. And Tino said, "Boo! You don't want him to get you don't want him to get J.D. McKissick, Tino." And Kevin said, "Who's the wide receiver 1 in Houston, in y'all's opinion?" I'm hoping it's Nico Collins, but I know that Robert Woods. It's probably going to be him. And that's who Peacock thinks that it's going to kind of be, Robert Woods. And Tino said, "I'll pass. Pass on that J.D. McKissick grass." What up, Jamie? Said in the Matrix, it's my 4th best ball with y'all. Am I getting better with IDP players? Let me go check it out.
Oh, shit. I forgot to check out dude's content yesterday. Did that dude ever send the content or the link yesterday? I forgot to check the dude at the player fantasy.
Yeah, it was when we were doing our draft as well. But
okay.
He found out. He said, "I guess they don't have it in every state because they're not available in Nevada."
Well, we'll see. They'll never be available in Nevada. You know what I mean? None of those things until like they make a deal with the gaming.
Okay, you ready for this though?
Lay it on me.
This is what I think. This is just me. Literally, when I drive to the freeway, right before I get to the 215 freeway, there's a big ass building that they just built a couple months ago for DraftKings. So it looks like a DraftKings like corporate office. I don't even know if there's anybody working in there. It's just like the building with their logo on it.
Tell them we're demanding a show there.
Right across the street, they are building a brand new casino there. And I wonder, did they do that so they could get connected to this casino? Because this casino is not going to be a Caesars or MGM casino.
I like it.
Because they have to be connected to some kind of sports book in the state. That's how they're able to like get around a lot of things and do the sports betting and all that shit. Because you're placing it on DraftKings, but it's really funneling through.
Remember me, DraftKings. Remember me.
We're gonna see, but I think that DraftKings is gonna be making a move to get here in Vegas.
I made the phone call.
And
I see it now. We have a show there. You get to go to work like regular 9 to 5 in studio, and you just patch me in remotely. It's gonna happen.
Kevin said someone in Houston's gonna get a whole lot of targets, and the guy is sitting in free agency. And
What's a whole lot of targets though? Like that means you need their defense to be bad too. You know what I mean? Like because if they're any kind of good on offense, it's a Niner style offense. And with a rookie QB, they're not gonna. I mean, he's gonna throw like 17, 18 times a game? You know what I'm saying? You really need it to be one guy so we can hope that he's getting like a 30% target market share or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you still have to diagnose who that guy is first of all. And right now they said they apparently and Peacock was early on this before we started hearing it everywhere is that they liking Nico Collins right now.
Because that's what sucks is like in an offense like the Texans, if they are only throwing it 20 times a game, I mean, shit, you're getting 5-6 receptions. That's a huge part of that passing game, but that's still, on a game-to-game basis, not like
that's what I'm saying. And then you really need them to be like a bad team, like all the way around, where they're like getting smashed and they're in, double-digit deficits, and they need to throw a lot to get back and try to get back in these games. And then, you know what I mean? And they abandon the run. Like we need all that, and that's kind of a safe bet. But like, I have a little more confidence in Houston being a coherent team all around. You know what I mean? They got a defensive-minded head coach, and that coaching regime in there, they come from my Niners lineage. So I tend to believe that, like, they know how to build a foundation for a culture, brother. You know what I mean? They're just not going to have this kid out there throwing all willy-nilly and fucking up his fucking confidence, throwing picks all over the place. And you know what I mean?
And Kevin's just got hella rookie fever. And he said Houston hits us with the curveball, and it's Tank Dell. There's just not too many wide receivers that come out and they're just the number one on their team, like right away in the first season.
It would be like, okay, I think Stroud's a week 1 starter. Like, we don't hear any kind of doubt in that. And then he's also like, you hear, that now that the camp is done, he's taking his receivers to go throwing. You know what I mean?
Still hasn't signed his deal yet, though.
Yeah, but I mean, that's, he has till whatever date that is, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, he's a first round guy. So it's probably just the issue of, like, going back and forth on the money, obviously. You know what I mean? It's still going to be that same 5-year rookie deal. It's just the money. But I like that. That's good leadership, right? He ain't even inked this deal yet, but he's out here chucking it. You know what I mean? And Tank Dell, like, okay, this is why I say I think I'm not down to CJ Stroud being a week 1 starter, but say he wasn't. It was Davis Mills. And Davis Mills come out there, and it's him and Nico Collins, because they already had prior chemistry, quote unquote, and they were a rapport, whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then they make the switch, and then this whole time he been rocking with Tank Dell on the team too. So now Stroud's in the center, and then he's immediately Tank Dell's his favorite guy. I mean, because what if CJ Stroud's the first guy? I mean, he's the guy week 1, and you know what I'm saying. And Tank Dell, he's just lower on the depth chart. You know what I mean?
The coolest thing about Tank Dell is he was drafted 69th overall in this year's draft.
69 dudes.
Shout out to the Tank.
Oh yeah. All right. Don't forget to grab a team. We got more teams flying off. I haven't updated it here, but the Steelers are gone. Who else? There's a handful of teams, other teams that are gone. But yeah, hop in. Let me see. And what Bake says, I don't believe the press hype Jalen Tolbert, for example, is hella hyped for no reason. Yeah.
I mean, maybe there is some reason, because who's the third option there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't even have the tight end to be like the third option, like with Dalton Schultz, and this is going to be the system they're going to implicate. You're going to see like a lot more 3 wide receiver sets more often than not, because it's Mike McCarthy. This is what he liked to do.
Yeah.
So you obviously have lamb chops and then Cooks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is probably why he becomes interesting. Otherwise, for all you Tony Pasta truthers, you kind of don't want there to be a third option and let it be Tony Pasta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's for sure.
And I'm not one of those Tony Pasta truthers. He's on my list of I'm okay if I'm wrong, guys.
Yeah, I'll be passing on that grass in every draft. I don't even know if I have Tony Pasta in any of these best balls. Like, I think he's just gone way earlier than I would ever even try to get him. Not with it. Not with it. Can't get him in the 3rd and 4th round, and that's like where he's going. That shit's ugly.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that.
All right, there we go. There's the updated. Got Kevin on there. We got Crispy on there with the Steelers and the Lions. All right. And Peacock said, I got a dynasty squad with Tank Dell, Deuce Vaughn, Tank Bigsby. He said, I'm naming the team Tank and a Deuce.
I like that. Give him a ding. That's a good one. We're all about that.
Reminder, August 18th, 19th, and 20th. Vegas, you guys got to get out here with us. It's going to be super dope. We still got a couple spots left at the 420 Crew Mansion, but it's getting slim. Peacock just locked it in. Nelly Dell's going to be there. The Guru is going to be there. Whole bunch of 420 Crew members. Derek, Stevie B, repping Dynasty Life. We got Big Guns, Mike Joseph.
You're gonna see a bunch of us rocking shows live as a panel. That's gonna be fucking lit.
It's gonna be super fucking cool.
It's gonna be the greatest artificially generated function you've ever witnessed.
There we go.
Because we're all really gonna be at home taking dumps, tanking deuces.
Yeah. And Peacock said, "Hell yeah, I'm in. So let's go. Hell yeah." And don't forget, for anyone who's staying at the 420 Crew Mansion, we got a new sponsor of the draft, Draft Day Dice. And yeah, it's going to be, you have no money to buy in. There's going to be $100 prize and a championship ring up for grabs for this. And it's all about the dice. Is it your destiny to draft the best team? Your draft picks are based on position. You roll the dice, and that's the positions that show.
I got a new ignorant name. Bogard Dice Clay. It's a stretch. Okay.
And Kevin, the box break's going down at it's going to start right around 4:20 West Coast time, so about 2 hours from now.
Bogard Dice go and Andrew Bo Dice Clay. No. Bodrew.
Maybe you're just Bogard Dice Clay. Maybe that's
there you go. That actually has a nice ring to it.
There you go. Kevin said 7:30 Eastern. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. We're going to get up out of here. Got a couple things to do before that show goes down, but we will see you guys for the box break. Playmakers going down tonight?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna holler at Spencer if he's down. I mean, I'm leaning no, because we haven't really politicked about it. But if Peacock and Spencer's down, I'm down. You know what I mean?
All right, we'll be on the lookout.
As long as I can make it work too, because my girl's she's working a swing ship, so that's also why I've really pushing the issue. And I know Guccini hasn't been able to do these next couple Wednesdays either. So, but if you're down and they all down, then we rock
for sure. All right, well, we'll see you guys back for the box break, and we'll keep you posted about the Playmakers. Peace.
As I make my way, the fact I'm still alive, my claim to fame is no surprise. I'm on a rise, finna stake my claim. Separate me from the others, cause we ain't the same. Ask my brothers from another, we ain't for play. Time is money, so we got no time to waste. Soon as this thing's moving, it can't be stopped. Blue bands in my pocket, call that juggernaut.
Anywhere in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your work sure would help a lot.
You know the stat quo. Finna get a bag, bustin' down that blow. Out of East Side Ho, where they know my name.